Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Rebuilding Cologne. With the transfer window in the review mirror, we haven't added anything to the team. The only thing that we've done is obviously lose our overall balance. We're around 52 million now. I still have around 40 million in the transfer budget. If you were last with us, you would have seen what we managed to do. Anyways, I'll go to the transfers and just do a quick look. We did get rid of a decent amount of players. Chabot ended up, they exercised his release fee. Uth we ended up getting rid of. Bilal also, we ended up profiting off of that just a little bit. We got him the season before, but it's more so the sell-on fee that we ended up getting for the clauses. Dennis Hussein Basic ended up leaving as well. And then just a couple youngsters as well, Nazao, Sune, and Yilmaz as well. And then Teague, we ended up letting go for a loan fee, but he does have a fee attached to him. Where is it? 3.9 optional fee, which they might end up exercising. It's to Dusseldorf anyways, and I think we get some if he ends up playing, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where it is yet. So 2 million is what we could get for him. It did say more than that though, so I find that kind of weird. The positive though is we did improve our staff. That's what our focus was for sure. We ended up focusing on a bunch of our staff, and we now have the best coaches in the Bundesliga, and we're slowly starting to work on that for our youth setup as well. I don't know a lot of you guys, if you guys are nerds with it, but we're definitely focused on bringing in the best youth for that as well. And then slowly but surely we'll probably end up doing the same thing for under, well, I guess the second league or whatever. Even though they're not really in anything, they don't have any competitions, I find. Yeah, no competition, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, we'll probably improve those coaches once our finances get figured out. But I did figure out why we aren't getting anything. We don't have any sponsorship deals throughout this season, which is probably why we're getting screwed over by the finances. Our debt's still only around 4 million, 3.5, let's say. And sponsorships, as you can see, not too much coming in. Obviously, they're not going to be improved over the next couple of years. So, like I said, this transfer ban ends up making it so we have to focus on other things. But this one comes up in 2 years. I've seen in other leagues where there's more of them than just, I think there's 7. Yeah, there's just 7 here. And obviously, these improve over time. But 3.5 every single season doesn't seem like we're getting to see that yet, but we did clear our debts and loan, and we only really have these 3, so only 300k per month is really what's factoring in that. But I think it's also the Bundesliga and how it gets structured is you just kind of bleed money until the beginning of the season, and then you have to rely a lot on transfers. Still around 100k below, and our recent form has been pretty bad, I will say. You end up seeing us lose to Wolfsburg. We did beat Hertha, and then we obviously lost to Borussia as well. But Borrier ended up scoring an amazing goal, so we are happy about that. We did lose 3-2 against Bayern Munich. We did go up 2-0, and then we end up losing because of a stupid goal at the very end. We should have got a draw from that, but unfortunately, yeah, we couldn't quite hold on to it last minute. It was at home as well. And then Augsburg, we ended up getting blanked 2-0. So 2 games so far this season that we haven't scored. But then we end up having other games where we end up scoring a decent amount. Let's hope that the Bochum game is a little bit better. Bochum is currently ahead of us. A win ends up putting us potentially up to possibly 11th. But most likely just up 1 spot. But a loss could also bring us all the way down to 16th, depending on who ends up winning. But let's jump to this game, and hopefully we can manage to get a result. And here's a squad that we're bringing out. We have Schwab in goal, Fingriff, Hubbers, Killian, and Augustin as our backline, Christensen and Martel as our defensive mid, Mina, Borrier, and Thielman as our attacking mids there. And then we have Selke up front. I didn't realize that Telly got injured, though. He's between 9 days and 3 months, so we'll take off Urbig there. And the one guy that's now able to feature into our squad is Kovacs, so he's going to be playing as much as possible. He's going to come in as a sub, as much as we can. And regardless if we're winning or losing, we're going to end up doing that because, I mean, as long as we don't really get relegated, we should be fine, I'm hoping. But it feels though January transfer window is going to be the thing that we have to look forward to this season. And Bochum hasn't really been deadly throughout this season. They just probably played against easier teams than we have. We just had that one that was relatively easy, but even Augsburg is at top of the league right now, currently in second though. And if we go down 1-0, everything that I said won't mean anything. But it just goes to show that transfers, not having a transfer window is just absolutely imperative when you're rebuilding. So I don't think that our team's really going to be able to compete until like season 4, maybe 5. But we already knew that was going to be a long-term save anyways. I just didn't expect the finances to already play a massive part in it. And Thielmann's the only one that looks tired. He's going to probably be playing way too much this season, so we're going to have to kind of factor that in because we don't want him getting injured. But we're going to put a whole push on the cup for sure. And we concede under 10 minutes in, and this is not the start that we were hoping to get. We are at home as well, so ideally this is not the start that we wanted. And this is our starting lineup too, so there's no excuse really. We're just getting beat pretty easily. Even the Augsburg game, we're just getting players that are getting open into space. And what I'm finding a lot is our first touch on pretty much everyone is very bad. You'll just see them randomly end up deciding to run forward and then completely miss everything and just give it right to the opposition, like a Gus in there. But that wasn't as blatant as what he's done in the past. But yeah, you can't. It's like we can't end up doing like two steps together with it. And Thielmann already, he was semi-injured last game. And Mina now with a chance. And why would we put on target? I think last game we had 8 shots and 0 on target. So putting it on target is definitely an area where we need to improve. But I'll give Thielmann another 5 minutes. Martel with an absolute stunner though. But we'll give him a couple minutes and see if he kind of shakes it off a little bit. And Jesus, what an absolute stunner there. If he scores goals like that every single game, I will be particularly ecstatic. He can get whatever wages he wants. And this looks like we're going to lose it here. But Finkref with it to Borrier. Yep, we do lose it. Go figure. It's so predictable, some of the highlights. And a goal scoring opportunity or a goal. Nope, corner. And Thielmann doesn't look like he's able to shake it off. A tie is moving us up to 13th, but I thought we already were at that point. And like I said, 11 is what the goal is. Mainz looks like they're moving up too. Borrier is not passing particularly well today. Thielmann with a good clearance, but that's all it is. Yeah, we're gonna have to take him off because it doesn't look like he can run. And we'll do it now, just before the end of that highlight. And we'll put in Limberly, who can probably go in as a striker after. He's one of the guys that we're going to try and build up a little bit. And Borrier looks like he's going to have to come off at some point because he's given the ball away way too many times. And yeah, of course he's grumpy as well. I never like highlights on our own end. And off our own throw-in, we concede a corner. But at least Finkref and Martel are doing well. Nobody else I can really say is doing anything too positive here. Good tackle there, and then we end up taking the goal kick there. But these are the games that we need, especially at home, because we're going to face Bochum on the away leg in the second half of the season, and it's really going to suck if we can't manage to get the results now. Mainz now hops over us, so we definitely need a win here. And like I said, we'll give it a little bit though, but Borrier at 6.5 is not too promising. Augustin also at 6.5, so looks like the youngster is going to be able to make another appearance for this game. And even though we're doing more of a positive, but not really showing it. Kind of sad actually. We have a positive mindset and we don't have that many shots on target or anything. And we just seem like a shell of ourselves this season than what we were last season. Last season we could put these things together and actually look like a decent team, but since our team's been gutted just to manage finances, it's definitely looking a lot more difficult. Just to even watch at this moment. Christensen with a good tackle there finds Mina, who I always called Mania, but Mina now with the cross. All crosses are pretty much the same though, because they're not going to anyone. And it looks like Mina needs to come off as well. We'll put on Obis here actually. We'll take off Selke, and we'll put on. Actually, let's swap these up. Obis can go there, and let's take off Augustin here. We'll put in Kovacs, and that'll be it. Olsen might come in as well for Christensen. Yeah, we'll put him in now actually. We'll do all our subs now, and then just hope for no injuries. But we should probably shout at our team, and let's encourage the team. Schwab making easy work of that. 73 minutes in, and it looks like it's going to stay a draw. And good pass. Lemperley can not get it on target. There's no pressure on him too. And Bourier somehow I forget about, and I don't end up subbing in the one guy that I did want to sub in before. And we're hitting 80th minute. At least our shots are starting to look a little bit better. And our possession is looking pretty good. This should have been a game that we should have won, though, for sure. And it goes 87. It looks like it's going to go to the end, and we're not going to be able to do anything. Going to demand more, but I don't think it's going to matter. Free kick towards the end and right into Ryman's hands. Yeah, kind of disappointing overall. Get the ball back, Killian with it. And then Kovacs. Kovacs doing something fancy with it, too. And it's just so sad that it looks like we're happy just to draw this game. Because there's no sense of urgency moving up, and we're just passing it back, killing time, and waiting for the whistle. It's like we're playing scared. And we're lucky enough to get a goal, but we haven't really scored too much in open play. I think I said that probably the last episode as well. But this tie does make us drop down a position, but it does at least open up that we could potentially hop over Wolfsburg and hit the 11th spot, which is definitely something we're going to need for the next game. But we'll have a cup game next that we'll end up playing, and hopefully we can manage to get a result there. Now after the Bochum game, we managed to keep the draw streak going, and we managed to tie against Frankfurt 0-0. Only then to tie against Stuttgart 1-1 as well. Bourier scores in the 56th minute to level us, and then Union Berlin, we end up managing to win 2-1. Tim Lemperley ends up scoring in the 90+1 minute to end that streak, and thank God we end up ending that streak because we definitely need to start the win streak going. We do face Kaiserslautern now, who are currently they're in second division, 12th place, and not looking that much better than what we are in that league. So as you can see, we'll look at their recent form, and I mean they've won 2 and lost 2 and tied 1. So all in all, kind of looking a little bit better than us. We've had 3 ties, 1 tie, and 1 loss. So I would say that they're definitely looking a little bit better than us. And let's take a look at how well we're doing in the Bundesliga currently. With those ties, we do find ourselves with 9 points, but everything's within striking distance, so we could easily go to our goal, which is 11th place, before the transfer window, as long as we don't end up dropping down to this level. But we do face Mainz and HSV before the January transfer, and I think we face Dusseldorf as well. So we definitely have a lot of teams that are below us that we can easily spread out the gap between our points and definitely hit the ground running. But for the cup game, this is kind of important for us as well. We do have Urbig in goal. Kovacs is going to start left back. He normally starts right back, but we're going to put him in as left back here. Saldo, Killian, and Augustin are going to start as the back line. Olsen and Christensen are going to have the Scandinavian defensive mid there. And then we have Obis, Bourier, and then Lemperli is going to start as our winger, and then Selke is going to start up front. Thielman could easily end up slotting at the top if we do need it, though. And I'm just really hoping that we end up pulling this off because it's been a little bit rough. Yeah, 3 ties, 1 win, and 1 loss. It is weird that Bundesliga doesn't show this, though. And we're facing against a team that's won their last 2, so that is not the start that we wanted, for sure. I was hoping that we could face someone else. That's a little bit worse. But we were facing against a team with Aki. I remember he's an attacking or a striker that I remember getting him in like FIFA like 2022 or 2021. So I do have a personal connection to him, but obviously he's probably not good enough to play in the Bundesliga anyway, so we won't really worry about him too much. Saldo getting his rare start. He was supposed to be good, but I don't think his potential's quite that high. We do get an attacking chance here, and 3 minutes in, it is starting off strong, though. I do like that. Not to hopefully get caught on a counter. Aki with it, and I'm not even going to try and say his name. Boom. And then they're coming in and attacking us hard here. Urbig makes it look much more difficult than what it has to. Possession is still pretty dominant for us so far. And not any other action in the cup so far for any of the other teams. As you can see, everyone's level at 0. And so are we, though, but they have more shots than we do. And Bourier is kind of turned into a decent starter as well. Like I said, we're going to switch him between him and Curly and see who ends up on top by the end of the season. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty early on. And I do kind of want to, I wanted to switch it to Bourier, but looks like it's probably going to be Selke, most likely, or Christensen. And Christensen gets it. And he makes it 1-0, 22 minutes in, and that's the second of the season. I think his other goal as well was a penalty. But goalie guesses the right spot, gets a hand on it, but can't quite turn it away. And we're up as we should be, 1-0. And already looking for changes. I don't like that at all. But we'll probably end up putting Lemberli at the top, though. So we'll take off Selke. We'll put on Lemberli there, and then we'll take off. Let's put in Baldy. Baldy will get a chance there. Or Balde. I guess it's Balde. So 3 shots apiece, all on target too. But the possession is far more dominant on our side. And as long as we can keep the possession dominance, it should be a pretty easy game. As long as we don't get caught on a terrible counter or just a missed pass. What we seem to be very renowned for is just losing the ball so easily and literally passing it to our opponents or running into them is my favorite. Balde with a chance, crossing it in, and Bourier almost gets on the score sheet there. Looked very close, and it gets turned away. And now he has the corner there. And so far, everyone's looking pretty good. Christensen and Balde are both 7.1. But Christensen's largely due to the pen. I don't think he's really done anything lights out. Balde now with the chance here. I wonder if they're playing their backups or not. Balde now with the chance, cross it in, and we do finish it. Lemperli ends up scoring. I'm probably saying his name wrong. If anyone knows how to say his name, please feel free to correct me. But Balde with a chance there, and we make them pay. Looked like it could have been a little bit offside, but looks like Bourier could have easily got that as well if it wasn't turned away by Kral. So up 2-0 before the half, and at least we are on a winning streak, which, I mean, I didn't think that would be happening so early on this season. So well done, everyone, and we'll make subs. probably at the 65th minute, I would say. No matter what, whether we're up 3-0 or whatnot, but all our youngsters are going to get a chance. Kovacs is definitely going to play the whole game. And Urbig's injured. He didn't even. All right, so that's another sub. How does he get subbed? That's the one time I actually have a goaltender on my bench too. And go figure, it's our starter that ends up getting to swap in for him. And I thought that was for sure going to be a goal, but it gets turned away for a corner. And oh my god, such difficult names. Ezequim, is that how you'd say his name? And he turns away. And we're still running away with this a little bit. I'm really hoping for another goal here. Balde now with the chance. Olsen can't quite get it. Christensen takes over. Kovacs now. Come on, Kovacs. To Olsen. Back to Balde. And no one's going to get on the end of it. Gets cleared. But we get it back. And here's when we're going to make our subs, though. All our youngsters are going to come on. Borje is going to come off. Olsen as well. So Martel, I didn't even realize Martel wasn't playing. Borje is going to come off for Curly. Telly's going to come in for Killian. And who's going to be the other one? I guess Mina, maybe? Mina might come in. No, everyone looks kind of good. Kovacs, no, I'm going to leave him as well. Maybe Finkraft, or I guess we'll put Finkraft in. Let's put Kovacs where he normally plays. Oh, that's it, actually. Damn it, I screwed that one up. Oh yeah, because the goalie. So I guess that kind of solves that problem. So 66 minutes in, 9 shots, 4 on target, and we're still running away with this. Doesn't look like anyone else is decisive in their matchups. Bochum up 1-0 on Hoffenheim. St. Pauli tied with Mainz. If Mainz ends up losing, that'll be very heartbreaking for them. I imagine they would need the money just as much as us. And all we got to do is get rid of it, and we turn it away, but give it right back to them. That's kind of what I'm talking about. And usually that costs us, but a great save by Schwab. And 85th minute. Still 3-3 in that game. Jeez, there's a lot of goals being scored in the other one. And good pass, but he can't quite control it. And Obis now with it to Balde. Looks completely wide open there. But again, runs into the opposition. This is what I've been saying. And that is probably the most annoying thing that we keep doing, is we just run into them when there's a clear path on the right wing. And Obis is going to... Nope, okay, at least that was a tackle, though. But we've definitely run into players. And Schwab looks like he hits that away, but... Oh, no, it doesn't. It goes way above. 2-0 still. And Saldo with it to Kovacs, who's been playing pretty well. But he is, I guess 6.6, but he's kind of tired as well. But glad that he's getting the start here. I guess I could have put the other guy too. Good interception by Kovacs, but no one was really there anyways. Obis now with it, just pass it off. Again, such bad, we're making them look way better than what they are. And Ezequim with it, but it looks like they're just going to play keep away for the rest of the game. I don't know who's... Augustin just let his man go, but it was offside, so we got lucky there. And Christensen and Kovacs and Augustin are just exhausted in this game. But it looks like we've allowed them to come back into, at least in terms of a shot perspective. Oh, I thought we were going to get a shot there. Christensen to Kovacs to Martel. Cross it in. And no one can get a shot on target. Or shot at all, actually. Hamslik with it to Poku. And it looks like they're just going to run it out. I really hope that our goalie's not that injured, though. Granted, we do typically play only one for the majority of the season anyways. So I'll take that. We'll take that one for sure. And on to the next. but it looks like St. Pauli knocks out Maine, so I do like to see that. Elversberg beats Karlul, who is the team that we ended up playing last season, and then we could face off against Bochum as well. And I don't know when the draw is going to happen. So we do win this. We do get, oh no, that's a pot. He's injured 5 to 6 weeks. Broken hand. No way. Yeah, whatever. We'll pay the fee. Selke injured for a couple days. And then 300 we end up getting, so at least it balances out a little bit. We were home as well. But like I said, we're not getting too much. Prize money is, the expenditures is just way too high. Staff salaries, yeah, that's to be expected. Player salaries is around 2 million. Non-soccer costs around 300K. Director enrollment is 137. And match day expenses is around 500. I think we rent, that's why. And then loan, yeah, we already knew that. Tax is also pretty high too as well. And we just don't have enough income coming in. B club income, they don't do anything. We should pretty much just cut them at this point because they're not really generating anything at all. And yeah, Baldy played pretty good. I mean, just the assist, but whatever. Plays fine, and let's take a look at the results. Dortmund easy, Leverkusen easy, Bayern easy. I would have rather face Paderborn as opposed to Freiburg, and Berlin over Hertha. Saarbrücken gets knocked out by Heidenheim. I'd rather play Heidenheim or St. Pauli or Elversberg. If we get on that bracket, then we definitely have a chance this season. I'm going to see when the draw actually is. If it's in the next couple clicks, then 100% I'll wait. But our XG is pretty high. It's 2.37. Normally they would do it by now, though. We do have 2 potential buyouts, though. First one being DL, and he's now at 5.5. And I guess Dennis Hussein Basic for 252 we could add to our funds, but that'll only really cover 1 month of loan payments. And he can still develop, so there's no real point on getting rid of him. We did get rid of him pretty cheaply, but he was going to be leaving at the end of the season regardless. And hold on, the team that we're playing is the guy that's currently managing the national team. Who was Leverkusen? I thought oh, Alonso gets fired because of this last season. He did have 1 cup win too. So even the Pokal wasn't good enough for them to keep him. And he ends up getting fired for the actual current Germany manager, which is pretty cool, I guess, but that just means it's going to be that much more difficult. And I don't see it. We'll do 1 more, and then hopefully it kind of pops up. So board is somewhat happy, but you can tell they're starting to lose their patience, despite even winning, and leadership support's pretty good. So is locker room support as well. And development center, as we can see, let's take a look at the progress. Ermiev was at the top there. And then Ponante Ramirez, which is the left back they were playing last season. But we're going to kind of wait until he gets to be 18 anyways before we give him more of an opportunity. But he has played a couple games for us. Well, I guess 4, and then the 1 in the... well, I guess he's playing that this season as well. And Ivanov still looking pretty good. We do have him currently on double intensity training anyways, to hopefully kind of develop that. He is already fairly ambitious anyways, so hopefully he can manage to turn into something. We can probably play him a little bit come January anyways, and we'll definitely look to do that considering he's probably already one of our better ones. Yeah, there's not much difference between him and Obis already. He is a Liga 3 standard player, and I mean, not much difference even than Mania, it's looking like. Mania is a decent Bundesliga, so there's not huge amount of gap, but yeah, we'll definitely be playing the Macedonian as much as possible. But we will come back We'll come back for the other Pokal game as well. We'll come back in December, and we'll come back for the Pokal, and we'll play either HSV or Mines before the transfer window, and then kind of talk about what our plans are going to be come January anyways, before we end up going on the holiday break. But hopefully you guys like this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Until next time.